Welcome to Seed 360, a Pioneer Seeds Australia podcast for everything in, on and around the seed. I'm Cam Searle, Regional Manager for Central Region, and today I'm here with the other regional managers, Erinn McCartney, Henk, Vrolijks and Adam Pitman. We're just going to spend some time going around the room and just talking to each of the hosts about how they ended up where they are at the moment and get a bit of background on who they are. So, Adam, today we're going to have a chat to you about your time with Pioneer Seeds and how you ended up where you are, mate. Do you want to just give us a bit of a brief background about yourself?
Thanks, Cam. I grew up in a town called Biloela in central Queensland, which is just south of Rockhampton. After school, I headed off to Emerald Ag College and spent 2 years there and found that I really enjoyed agronomy. So I headed off to the University of Queensland in Gatton and completed my bachelor down there and started as an agronomist on the Darling Downs. Spent 8 years doing agronomy at Brookstead and Dalby. So, yeah, really enjoyed my time on the Darling Downs doing agronomy and then moved on to Pioneer Seeds as a territory manager. I live just outside of Toowoomba at Maringandan, live on a farm there. Beautiful wife and 3 kids and grow a bit of Pioneer forage myself to grow some feed for my cattle. Occasionally I make money. Most of the time I don't make money on that, but it's always a bit of fun and I enjoy having a little farm block there as well. So my journey with Pioneer, I started as a territory manager at 2017 and spent 4 or 5 years doing that and then got the opportunity to be a regional manager. So I've been doing that for 3 years now. And I guess one of the things I really enjoy about being a regional manager is I've got a really good team that I can support and do a fair bit of travel. I get to look at a lot of different farming systems as well. I get to see some of the best farmers in the country and learn from them. And yeah, I get to apply those things I learn around the areas to support, my territory managers, but also farmers and agronomists in my region. So I really enjoy that part of it as well. I get to speak to a lot of industry people that are experts in their areas, such as herbicide and soil scientists as well. That's another part that I really enjoy as well.
So, Adam, fill us in on who's in your team and where they're at and a bit of their background.
Yeah, thanks, Henk. So I've got Heyman Coulter down on the northern New South Wales and also basically on the coast of northern New South Wales and Queensland. So he looks after that area. I've got Ben Thrift, he's on the Central Downs, the likes of Toowoomba, Pittsworth, back down to Gundawindi and those border rivers. And then Chris Rutland, he's on the Western Downs, so the likes of Dalby, Chinchilla, west out to Roma, St George. And then in central Queensland, we've got Murray Dempsey. So he covers the likes of Rockhampton, Emerald, down to Biloela. In the north, I've got Andrew Diekman. So Andrew covers the northern Queensland, Northern Territory and northern WA. And also got one farm services consultant on the central and Darling Downs, Wayne Gordon. A really good team, got some really nice coverage across the whole region. And they're a really well-educated team and we work really well together.
So, Adam, probably something that we've overlooked a little bit so far at this point is just tell us about the size and sheer volume of your region. Like you're covering a pretty big area and it's a fairly unique area. Do you want to go into a bit around the geographics of your region and what that looks like as far as your role goes?
Yeah, thanks, Cam. So it starts in the northern New South Wales coast. It's all of Queensland, all the Northern Territory and northern WA. So it's a fairly obviously dominated by a fair bit of tropical environments and hot, warm environments. So we actually plant summer crop all year round in my region. So every month of the year we can plant summer crop, which is pretty unique. Obviously we've got a high rainfall all year round in a lot of areas. That's one of the benefits of it. You can plant multiple crops a year in my region, most of my region. I guess one of the challenges for me would be insect pressure in the north is one of the key things that's probably a challenge for myself.
And that's certainly ramped up the last couple of years, hasn't it? With certainly the incursion of fall armyworm and how far that's moved and really set itself up in the Australian market.
It's been a challenge for us in the north just due to its pressure is a lot higher in warmer environments.
So what would you say, Adam, just moving on from where we were, what would you say you think is the best part about working in this industry?
I really enjoy the relationships that we have in the industry. It's a pretty small industry. We get to, spend time with especially growers, but also people within the industry. It's not just a one-off relationship transaction. We have multiple, interactions over multiple years, and it's pretty close relationships that we get involved in. And I enjoy helping them out and spending time with them.
What would you like to get out of doing this podcast, Adam?
I think it's a really good opportunity for us to get some really good information out into the industry, and it's going to be something that's really portable and easy for people to pick up and use whenever they need to use it. So I think it's a really good opportunity for us.
Thanks for that, Adam. And what about you, Henk? Can you tell us a little about your journey with Pioneer, mate?
Look, I've been with Pioneer for about 14 years now. I think I started 13 years, started in early 2012. Yeah, so I've had a great journey, I guess, with Pioneer. Started as a territory sales manager in Western Vic and progressed through now to the regional manager of the Southern region, which includes South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania. So, yeah, I've seen a lot happen, transition, from open pollinated canola all the way through to, where we are today with some really elite canola hybrids and a real progression in our summer crop business too from, like a full suite of maturities in our corn portfolio. So, yeah, lots happened. It's never a dull moment and, we've had to deal with a few ups and downs along the way, but, generally we've ridden the wave quite well and it's an exciting business to be part of.
So, Henk, do you want to go back to the start of the story there and just tell us how you, where it all started for you and how you ended up in agriculture and what that looked like for you as far as the journey goes?
Yeah, so I guess my initial interaction with agriculture started back in high school. School probably wasn't where I wanted to be initially early on, and did a bit of work experience and spent some time on a farm and loved it. And then I guess bit of maturity and decided I should go to uni and learn a bit more about ag and what's involved. So I went off to Dookie Ag College, and you run into Dookie people a fair bit when you're out and about. So, it's a great network, and I guess it's given a lot of people a good start to their careers. Progressed from Dookie to do some agronomy, some farm agronomy in the Riverina, and then ended up some more corporate agronomy. Did a bit of farming for a while, and now, ended up in Pioneer. So it's been a great journey. I've got a little farm just out of Swan Hill, which keeps me interested and gives me a good break away from work, which I think is important. But, obviously agriculture gets into your bones a bit, and it's as much of a passion. So, it's just something you enjoy doing, and it's a good mental break. It's probably a bit more than a hobby, I guess, but, I guess we've all got some ambitions.
Henk, what's a day or a week look like for you as a regional manager?
Look, that's a tricky question, Aaron, because I guess that's the beauty of our role is that there's no 2 days are the same. We interact with a lot of people in our job. Whether it's internally in our own business, whether it's with research or production or marketing or other people in sales or our customers or industry experts, we're always dealing with people. So I guess that's a really big part of what we do. So you need to enjoy other people's company and you need to be able to build relationships. So, what we do day to day, it's all around that. It's all around the relationship. It's all around the people you deal with, and obviously it's around our products. So having good knowledge around your own products. So a lot of time in the paddock, a lot of time with people. It's a very rewarding job, and I guess that's why it's interesting, because there is no 2 days the same.
And speaking of people, Henk, being a regional manager, mate, do you have a few more people in your team?
Yeah, so we've got a great team, really established and experienced in ag. So we've got Tim Lovell, who's in Eastern Vic, Paul Jenke, who's in South Australia, and Ashley Knight, who's in Western Victoria. Yeah, so look, those people are really key to our success. They all have different strengths and backgrounds and knowledge base, but together we really work closely as a team, even though they've all got their own independent areas. We are really team orientated, and we try to cross over as much as we can and support each other. And so, collectively, we're pretty formidable. On top of that, we've also got a whole network of farm service consultants in the southern region. They're really key to our business. They're focusing on farm. They work really closely with the territory sales managers and of course myself. We've got a great footprint, and you're not too far away from a Pioneer person wherever you farm.
And so, Henk, you've seen a fair bit of the industry over the years and a few comings and goings and changes. What do you think is the biggest challenge for agriculture in Australia at the moment?
I guess the challenges in Australian agriculture have always been fairly constant, or consistent, I should say. Our weather is a challenge, but our farming practices have helped us alleviate some of those challenges. I think economies of scale. You know, there's less farmers. Our communities are definitely shrinking, so that's harder. So we've got to find a way to attract really good elite talent into ag. That's definitely a challenge, but you know, it's a great industry, it's a great job, it's a great lifestyle. You can get to live in some beautiful parts of the country. So you know, like they're the things that we need to try and push as an industry to encourage people to come into ag. You can do anything in ag. You can do science, you can do marketing, you can do sales, you can do research. You know, like I tell my kids all the time, you know, ag's a great industry to be involved in. So give it a thought.
Everyone's got to eat, don't they?
Everyone's got to eat
And wear clothes.
That's right. So great industry. I love it. I couldn't imagine being in any other industry, to be honest. You know, I'm a lifer, I guess, and I feel the same way about Pioneer. It's a great business, gives us great opportunities. The places I've been, the things I've seen, you know, I feel very lucky to work for Pioneer.
So, Hank, what do you want to get out of this podcast?
Initially, when I heard about this concept, I wasn't quite sure about it. I thought, you know, what's this all about? But I think it's a really good medium to talk to people. They can pick it up when they feel they need to, or they have time to, or they've got, you know, 10 minutes in their day that they want to fill in. So, you know, and hopefully we can bring some really good content for people. Hopefully it's a bit of fun. You know, they get a few laughs. I'm sure we'll get a few laughs out of it, so hopefully they do. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Thanks for joining us on Seed 360. Like and follow us for more episodes like this one.